Hello everyone, and welcome back to a Let's Play from the Asian Badger. Today we're going to be playing Godzilla, Monster of Monsters on the NES. It's not that great of a game, but it's Godzilla, so I played the crap out of it as a kid and, tried to trick myself as best I could into believing it was good. But it's really not. Anyway, it's a basic side-scrolling action game, but with a basic map system, kind of like a strategy game, where you advance across the field, and every time you move you have to play out an action sequence. Anyway, this story sequence lasts an ungodly amount of time, and I think I'm gonna skip it. So, long story short, Planet X declares war on the Earth, as the game just said. And see, we have Godzilla and Mothra, and it's Godzilla from Yog, the monster from outer space, aka Space Amoeba, and Mogera from the Mysterians. Anyway, Godzilla's slow, so he can only move one space at a time, but he's kind of fun to play, because all you really do is march to the right of the screen and kill everything in your path, and you get to be Godzilla. Why would you not pick Godzilla in a game named after him? Now, it's very hard to die in this game. I mean, really, most of the stages, like all those little tanks and shit that were shooting at me, they don't really pose any sort of significant threat, but see, I guess they flubbed on the animation for Mothra's poison powder, or scales, as they referred to them in later movies, because in case you can't notice, basically all it is just replication of the wing animation, kind of. Anyway, what the fuck was I saying? Something, I don't know. Anyway, I'm tired, I just got off work. Please excuse the hoarseness of my voice. I was kind of screaming at myself in the car this morning over a minor fuck-up, but a fuck-up nonetheless. Anyway, as you can see, Mothra is definitely more mobile than Godzilla. Some people would argue that she's the more sensible character to use, at least in the early stages, but when you start fighting the enemy monster bosses at the end of each stage, or playing field, I mean, and we go through the whole solar system. Right now we're on Earth, but when you're fighting them with Mothra, it's kind of a tedious process, and some of them can truly wreck him/her, because Mothra's offensive capabilities aren't the best, especially when faced with an opponent that's directly in front of him/her. And yeah, Godzilla also levels up. See how small my health and energy bars are? Well, with every successive victory against one of the monster bosses, Godzilla actually increases both of those stats to the point where he's insanely beastly. But he has to be, because some of the later bosses are pretty fucking cheap. Actually, no, more like two of the later bosses. Hedorah can be kind of a problem. I remember being kind of scared of Hedorah when I first played this game. But Ghidorah is also a problem. Everyone else is kind of a pussy. Mechagodzilla, I don't know, he's alright in this, but he also has the goofiest music in the game. And a goofy walk too, he looks like he's strutting or some shit. Anyway, See, it's very hard to get killed. There are these fireball things that show up later that for some reason can kill you almost immediately, like in one hit. It's ridiculous. Anyway, see how much of a pussy Godzilla is? He tries to push you into the corner, but he can't hurt you when he's touching you. He just pushes you back. See? What a pussy. But what happens is every time you advance to the next planet, all the monsters you defeated in the previous planet respawn. So it's not like you're killing them, you're like scaring them off, I guess. In fact, if I remember right, some of the bosses actually do like leave the battlefield of their own volition. They choose to fight you later. I seem to remember like Varan and Hedora doing that a lot. Gaigan was pretty cool in this, but I don't know. Most of the monster bosses in this were actually kind of disappointing. In fact, most Godzilla games in general are disappointing. This one, like I said, as a kid I used to trick myself and be like, oh man, you're retarded. This game's awesome, but oh hey, it's Mogera. He used to kick my ass as a kid. Because I'd make the mistake of trying to fight him with Mothra. And as you can see, Godzilla is the better choice because you can outmuscle just about anything if you get inside on him. The jab is on! The jab is on! Kick him in the balls! In the balls! In the balls! Fire breath for the big finish. Yeah, victory hop. Yeah. Anyway, see that big thing, the big tower-looking thing at the end of the playing field? That's how you transport yourself to the next planet. Yeah, that's a really annoying part of being Mothra. Sometimes enemy hits can cause it to fly backwards and make really pathetic, like, whining noise. It's funny, to record my commentary I have to play these games muted, but I don't really need the sounds to hear the whole game's like soundtrack and sound effects in the back of my head, because it's all built in to me by now. Funny how nostalgia works that way. Ah! Yeah, this is kind of a tedious game. I will admit that. It's pretty long too. But, you know, for a Nintendo game, it was pretty impressive, at least graphically. I remember the one Nintendo Power issue I own. It's the issue that highlighted the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game on the NES. I remember there was like a tiny little blip towards the end of it that talked about this game and made it sound like, oh my god, it's the most graphically intense game ever made. And of course this was back when Japan was the mysterious land of video games and porno cartoons and shit that about 90% of the games didn't actually come out here, whereas nowadays everything comes out here. Times have changed. The world has grown smaller, I guess. Not sure how much of a good thing that is, but whatever. This is not a political blog. Not in any sense of the word. Super X, for some reason, is fighting on the enemy's side. Ah, fuck you, Godzilla. Bad controls. Bad controls. Ooh. Forget what movie these guys were from, but all I remember is they ate diamonds. They were like jellyfish. I saw it a long time ago. I can barely remember it. But if anyone wants to leave a comment or something, fill in the blanks, jog my memory. My work-fatigued mind can't quite process it right now. Uh-oh. Godzilla's in a pickle! Ah! God, Godzilla's such a beast in this game. He's like the Mike Hagar of the Toho movie universe. Just goes around and pile drives everything in his way. You can't stop him. You can't even try to stop him. He's too beastly. Should put a mustache on Godzilla. That would make him infinitely more beastly and or gay. Okie dokie. Will you move to the next field? Of course. Why the fuck wouldn't I? Alright. One more action scene and then I think I'm gonna call it a day. Can't believe I'm actually gonna beat this game. I've beaten it before, but man. Sometimes I forget just how fucking long this game is. See, that's one trick I learned as a kid. You always want to breathe fire. If you get frustrated and there's an obstacle that keeps pushing you back, just breathe fire preemptively so that he goes into the animation cycle for powering up the breath. Because when he's powering it up, he kind of can walk through just about anything. He still takes damage, but you can't push him back. See, I'm in one of those spots right now where it's just like,